Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. I'm glad to have you back here on my channel. We have a lot of interesting news coming from Tesla, and I can give you some communication that happened based on German customers. I hope the same will happen for the other countries in Europe as well. Now, for everybody that ordered a Tesla in 2022, and once they ordered it, had an estimated delivery time in 2022, those people are supposed to get their car. That is the information we receive for German customers. If that is the case for everybody in Europe, I cannot give you the proof for that. But again, if you ordered in 2022 and on the day you ordered, your estimated delivery time was in 2022, you might get your car this year. If you had an estimated delivery time between, for example, November and January, so 2023, I would like you to contact Tesla because it's not clear what they're going to do. Keep in mind, in Germany, we have a lot of incentives in 2022, and they're going to be declining in 2023. So Tesla is trying to give a lot of German customers actually their car this year. What I can say for UK customers, again, hold your horses here, 23,000 Model 3 and Model Y are supposed to come over the entire fourth quarter. That is a number I can share with you that has been brought to me. I can tell you that, and it's going to be a record quarter. Just keep that in mind. For other countries, I cannot tell you too much, but 23,000 for the UK. Now let's look into Europe. We see that the Tesla Model Y in September had a record month, first spot without any doubt, no surprise. It is the last month of the quarter, so we're going to look in a moment into the entire year. Tesla Model 3 being in the second spot without any surprise either. And then we see the VW ID4, Fiat 500e, Dacia Spring, Skoda Enyaq, and more. Now, Tesla has been achieving that by pushing so hard in the last quarter, and now we're going to see the same thing happening in Q4 as well. Lots of carriers already on their way to Europe in a record speed. Now, looking into the entire year so far, we see Tesla Model Y is being so dominant. I mean, it's selling twice as many cars than the VW ID4. That is, just keep that in mind, being produced in Europe. The Model Y, most of the Model Y here are currently still on the way to be transported from China. So the logistical aspect is so much harder for Tesla, and they still achieve the first two spots. So this is going to keep going. I think they don't catch Tesla anymore in the future here. Now, for all those who have their referral link and have their free supercharger kilometers remaining or miles, many of you might receive a notification that in a few days or a few weeks, the remaining free supercharger miles or kilometers will be deleted. This is sadly one of the decisions I don't really like from Tesla's side. They could have kept that, and those few people in the world that were referring so many people could have enjoyed their hard-worked free miles. Now, looking into the sales growth here for most recent quarter, we see that Tesla, compared to all the other big tech companies, if it's Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc., they are gaining here, and that at a massive speed. Now, when we look into the net income growth, it is also interesting to note that we have a major increase here, and on the other hand, those tech companies have a decrease. Now, Tesla is still a younger company, or is still having so much more potential to grow here. They are just getting started. So I think it's not a question of time, it's just a matter of time to see that the Tesla stock is going to be more valuable than Amazon and Google. These are the next two to catch. And we have seen that Amazon declined by over 30%, close to that yesterday. Now, there was some interesting discussion online when it comes to the EV business, especially as we have Europe actually forbidding any EVs, forbidding any ICE cars to be correct here, by 2035. Now that is very interesting because we have many people thinking about buying an EV, and now you have a date. Now you have a date when you're not allowed to actually buy any gasoline car anymore. And I do think this is going to speed up this entire process. And the discussion going on here is there actually going to be a period, and a much harder period than we have experienced so far, that when the wait time for EVs is going to be enormous because car makers won't be able to scale the production. And I think if there is a company to scale at the right speed and the best speed, then it's going to be Tesla, not the other car makers. I don't see that, just to be fair enough, not yet. So I do see the potential for Tesla to gain market share even further, especially in Europe, as they will be able to deliver cars as fast as possible, like no one else out there. So that's going to be very interesting. In the next 2-3 years, I do expect a lot of interesting stuff happening here. Now, if we look into China, we now currently see that based on a small survey here, most of the people in the survey said that after the price cut, they prefer to buy a Tesla over the Chinese-made car maker. So we see that Tesla has a very big brand loyalty and a big brand awareness in China, and that is very important. People recognize this brand as a brand that is very well worked on. They have very good quality, and of course there are always going to be people being upset here, but keep in mind that we have so much more potential in China, even though the economic situation is not easy. When it comes to carriers, guys, I just mentioned 23,000 cars for the UK. Keep in mind here that we have, especially when it comes to carriers for the UK, not too many on their way yet, but there should be coming more. Now we have the Hyperion Ray. There are like 2 more carriers that we haven't seen here on this list yet. They will come as well very soon. So it's going to be a lot of interesting delivery times. Keep in mind, guys, I just kind of share what's going to happen in Germany. But in Germany, due to the deliveries of Giga Berlin by the end of the year, the Christmas week is going to be the most brutal week we have ever seen in Germany for Tesla. So keep in mind, it's going to be a very crazy end of the year push, even though Elon said that this is not going to happen, but it will happen. I can tell you that based on internal plans. So thank you very much for being here today. I really appreciate your time. If you have been new to my channel, do consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that as well. And have a wonderful day. So thank you very much. Bye bye.